Let's start with the first problem. A can do a piece of work in 10 days and B can do the same work in 20 days. With the help of C, they finish the work in 4 days. So C can do the work in how many days? Working alone. So when A and B can complete the work in 10 and 20 days, and with the help of C, they complete it in the 4 days. So working together, they completed the work in how many days? It is 4 days. So let's write down an equation that 1 upon A plus 1 upon B plus 1 upon C is equals to 1 by 4. As I already told you that how they are going to be. This is a 1 day work. Okay. So by putting the values of 10 and 20 of A and B, so it is 1 by 10 plus 1 by 20 plus 1 by C is equals to 1 by 4. LCM of 10 and 20 is 20. So 10 2s are 20, 21s are 20 plus 1 by C is equals to 1 by 4. This is 3 by 20. So what we need to do? 3 by 20 plus 1 by C is equals to 1 by 4. So 1 by C is going to be 1 by 4 minus 3 by 20. LCM is going to be 20. 4 5s are 20. 5 1s are 5. 21s are 23. So that is 2 by 20. So value of 1 by C is going to be what? 1 by 10. So C can complete the work when he is working alone. So that is going to be in 10 days. So this is the first method by using unitary method where you can find out the value of C. Another method you can use it by some percentage method. As you can see, A can complete a work in 10 days. So in terms of percentage, 1 by 10 can we say that is 10%. And in terms of percentage, 1 by 20 is going to be 5%. As that is given to you that total work done is what in how many days? 25 days. So in 25 days, sorry, in 4 days actually. So this is 4 days is going to be what? 25%. So total work done by A and B is what? 15%. And the total work done by was 25%. So what is the amount of work done by C? So 15. This is 25. So 25 minus 15 is what? 10%. And 10% you can say that what? It should be 1 upon 10 or 10 days. So it is the same answer what we got in the previously. So C is going to be 10. Okay, let's start with the next problem. A can do a bit of work in 25 days, which B can complete in 20 days. So both the together labor for 5 days, and afterwards A leaves off. How long will B take to complete the remaining work? Okay, so let's take an example actually to complete this. Let's say there's a wall and A and B wants to paint it. So what we need to do? Both work together for 5 days. So in first 5 days, A and B were together with each other, and after that, I think A leaves off. Yes, and in the remaining work was completed by B. So let's say X was the time frame when B worked alone without A. So let's write down an equation that in first 5 days A and B was there, and rest of the X days it was only B was there, and the work was completed. As I already told you that efficiency into time equals to 1. If you are using this formula each and every time, you will get the answer and you will get the frame to solve the questions of work and time. Now just putting the values of 25 and 20 of A and B. So 1 upon 25 plus 1 upon 20 plus x times of 1 upon 20 is equals to 1. LCM of 25 and 20 is what? 100. So this is 4 plus 5. So 4 plus 5 is going to be 9, and 9 5s are 45. So this is 45 by 100 plus x by 20 is equals to 1. Transposition is there. So what should be there? X by 20 is equals to 1 minus 45 by 100. So this is x by 20 is equals to 100 minus 45 is 55 by 100. So 25s are, and this is 11. So how many days X worked alone? And it is going to be 11 days will be the answer. Again, by using percentage method, as I told you, whenever the questions are going to be tough, I think this is going to be so useful for us. So A can complete in 25 days. So 25 days in terms of percentage, can I say that is 4%? B can complete a work in 20 days. So 20 days in terms of percentage is what? 5%. So 4 plus 5 is what? 9%. They work together for 5 days. So A and B completed 5 days with total work done is 9%. So 45% is done by A and B. Now remaining work was what? 55%. It should be done by whom? It should be B. And in a single day, what amount of work B can complete it? It's 5%. So obviously, in 5% is done in one day, and 55% we have to do. So how many days are required to complete this? So again, it is going to be 11 days. This is optional work. I will not asking you to do each and every time with percentage, but I think this is a trick to solve these questions very elementary and very fast actually. So this is a thing we can use it later on stage. Let's come to the third problem. M and N can do a piece of work in 8 days and O can do it in 24 days. In how many days will M, N and O do it together? So I think it's so easy actually. M and N can complete a work in 8 days. So 1 upon M plus 1 upon N is given to you is 1 upon 8. And O is given to you is what? 24 days. So I think that is so easy. 1 upon M plus 1 upon N plus 1 upon O. So it should be 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 24. So 24 is going to be LCM. 8 3s are 24, 24 ones are 24. So this is 4 by 24. So it should be what? 1 by 6. Then 6 days they are going to complete the work when we are working together. Okay. So let's come to the fourth problem. I think it's the same as we did previously. A can do a bit of work in 10 days and B can do it in 20 days. They begin the work together. B as that it may following 5 days. A leaves off. We will do the remaining work. So I'm just revising it to all of you that A and B can do it in 10 and 20 days. They begin the work together. Be that as it may following 5 days. So for 5 days they work together as 1 by 10 plus 1 by 20 plus x into as A leaves off, so it is x by what? B, and value of B is what? 20 and equals to 1. Get the value of x very accurately. You can do another thing as percentage value. A 1 upon 10, so 10%. B 1 upon 20 is 5%, so total work done is 15%. They did it for 5 days, so 15 into 5 is 75% work is done. So work remaining is what? 25%. 1 upon 20, obviously it's obviously it should be 1 upon 20 is what? 5%. So 25% we need to do, and it is done by what? B. So how many days are more required to complete this? So it should be what? 5 days. Okay, let's come to the next problem. Sakshi can do a piece of work in 20 days and Tanya is 25% more efficient than Sakshi. Okay, so let's say Sakshi is doing it in 20 days, and this is what? It is 125% of something. What something? Tanya. So that is a number of days or completed by Tanya, and she is having 125. She is 125% more than this 20. Okay, so let's cut it. 5 5 25 5s are and 25 4s are. So this is 5 4s are 20. So 4 4s are 16. So how many days Tanya requires to complete the work? Is 16 days. The number of days taken by Tanya to do the same piece of work is what? 16 days. So I think this is also easy question. You can say also question of percentage actually. So 16 days are required by Tanya. Okay, let's come to the next problem. B can do a work in 8 days. B and C can do the same work in 12 days. So A, B, C together can finish it in 6 days. So I think it's a bit of a more problem of equation. So let's write down equation what we have learned at 1 upon A plus 1 upon B is equals to 1 upon 8, and 1 upon B plus 1 upon C is given to us is 1 upon 12. and that is also given to us that 1 upon a plus 1 upon b plus 1 upon c is equals to 1 by 6. So let's write down and let's sum up these equation 1 and 2, so that we can do something further. Let's sum up the equation. So you will get 1 upon a plus 1 upon b as equation number 1. Again, as a 1 upon b plus 1 upon c is equals to 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 12. So this is the first method as you can do. As you know what is 1 upon a plus 1 upon b plus 1 upon c. So you can directly put the values of 1 upon 6. So what will be there? 1 upon 6 plus 1 upon b is equals to 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 12. So by that you can find out the value of 1 upon b. 1 upon b is going to be 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 12 minus 1 upon 6. So it will be 1 upon b. So LCM is going to be what? 24. Yes. 8 3s are 24, 12 2s are 24, 6 4s are 24. So 3 plus 2 is what? 5. 5 minus 4 is 1. So that's 1 by 24. So value of b is 24. Now what we want? A and c together. Okay, I think it's so easy now. Just put the value over there of 24. So when you get the value of 24, I think we can do this. 1 upon a plus 1 upon c is equals to 1 upon 6 minus 1 upon 24. 24 is LCM. 4 minus 1 is what? 3. So 1 upon a plus 1 upon c is going to be what? It's going to be 8 days. So 8 days is going to be your answer. So it is moreover an equation problem where you have to solve this equation. So I think it's another easy part. It's not tough actually. Okay, so what is when you are using the same problem? Work is what? Work done is always proportional to wages actually. Whatever wages you are getting. So work done is also proportional to that work done completed by you. So A can alone do a piece of work in 6 days and B alone in 8 days. So whose efficiency is more than the second one? So I think A's efficiency is greater than B's efficiency. Why? Because A is getting having less time to complete a work in comparison of B. A and B undertook to do it rupees 3200 with the help of C. They completed the work in 3 days. So how much is to be paid to C? Okay, so paying part or what they got paid, I think that it should be on later on. First, we need to find out that what is the efficiency of C. So let's write down. I think 1 upon A plus 1 upon B plus 1 upon C, and that is equals to what? It is done in 3 days. So they completed the work when they are working together. So let's put up the values of A and B. So it is 1 upon 6 plus 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon C is equals to 1 upon 3. Now again the LCM part should be there. So it is 1 upon 3 minus 1 upon 6 minus 1 upon 8. What should be the LCM? LCM should be 24 again. 3 8s are 24, 6 4s are 24, 8 3s are 24. 4 minus 3 is 7, minus 4 minus 3 is 7, and so this is 1 by 24 is equals to 1 by C. So that is the work done or capacity or efficiency of a person. So C can complete the work in 24 days. Okay. Now we need to find out that in what ratio they should get the money. So I think who is doing the work in the small, smallest day, or you can say the not having the much days in comparison of each other. So this should be 1 upon 6 ratio 1 upon 8 ratio 1 upon 24. So this is the work done in one day, the work done of a B and work done of a C. Now LCM should be 24. We are getting a ratio of efficiency. Okay, so 6 4s are, so that is the efficiency part of A, B and C. So A is having 4 times, then B is having 3 times, then C is having only 1 times. Now what we need to do? We need to find out the value or money which is used, what C is going to get. So 3200 is should be divided into 4 is to 3 is to 1. So 4 is to 3 is to 1 is what? When we start to solve ratio, you can see the theory part actually. When ratio is removed, you can say this is 4k, this is 3k, and this is k. So they are having 4k part, 3k part and k part, and sum of all these part should be equals to 3200. Now we need to find out the value of k. So this is 4k plus 3k is 7k. So this is 8k is equals to 3200. So k is going to be 400. Now put the value of k for c. So what amount of c is going to give? So c is going to have 400 rupees. Okay, so this is another question where you have to find out the value of c, and after that you have to find out the value of ratios. So efficiency, then after efficiency you get the wages. So this is the problem. You can do this. Fine. Let's come to the next problem. Okay, so now let's change the mode. So what is that? If either 24 women or 24 man or 36 women can reap a field in 40 days. So these are the, now the questions are changed actually. Now these questions are what? These are the question where we are using the concept of MDH. What is MDH? Before that, we are just using, or people are doing work alone. Actually, they are just working alone. Now they are working in a group actually. So in this, I already taught you in a theory part. So we are going to use the concept M1 D1 H1 equals to M2 D2 H2. What are M1 D1 H1? Man days hours. So single type of man days hours and product of another man days hours is always going to be constant, because work is totally depending on what kind of and how many man days and how many hours you are using. Again, I'm just revising it. This AM stands for not only man actually, it only stands for any mechanical device which can work. So in this type of problems, you can do man, woman, boys, girl, child. So whatever devices can work, they are going to do this. So these are the human being. Otherwise, sometime the guns are going to be fired, the plants are going to be there, the trains are going to use the engine capacity. So you can get these type of problem also. Okay, so let's start with this one. 24 man or 36 women. So let's write down that capacity of 24 man equals to 36 women. I think we should solve it a bit, so it looks much easy actually. 2 man equals to 3 women. Okay, so can reap a field in 40 days. So 2 men can reap a field in 40 days. So this is going to be a work done. Then 16 men and 16 women will reap the field in. Okay, so the same work should be done by what? 16 men plus 16 women. So these are the your mechanical devices or mechanical people. Let's say d days should be, we need to complete this work. So this is also work done, this is also work done, so I think we should equate this. So this is 2m into 40, because right hand side is having m, so I think we need to convert this women's is also in the form of men, or you can convert man into women, whatever you like. 2 man equals to 3 women, so let's write down 3 women into 40. 2 man equals to 3 women, so 16 man. So for 16 man you have to multiply it by 8. So 16 man you have to multiply it by 8. So 16 man equals to 24 women. So this is what? 24 women plus 64 women into d days. So how many women are there? 40 women into d days equals to 3 women into 40. 40 say 40 you can deduct. W say W. It should be deduct. So what should be your answer? So how many days are required to complete the work? 3 days are required to this complete to work. Okay. So I think this is another easy question where you just equating the equation, you will get the answer. 38% can repair a road in 15 days, working 7 hours a day. Now, hours are also included. So, what formula we are going to use? W is equals to MDH. So, MDH, 38% multiplied by 15 days into 7 hours is equals to in how many days will 35% working 6 hours a day? So, I think this need to equate this 35% working 6 hours a day and how many days are required. So let's say d days are required. Just equate the things. So 7 5s are 35, 5 3s are 15, 3 2s are 6, and this is what, 19. So D is what, 19 days are required to complete this one. So that is another example of MDH, one time of M1 D1 H2 is equals to another times of M2 D2 H2. Okay, let's come to the next part. 4 men and 6 women. I think it will increase your length of equation actually. 4 men and 6 women can complete a work in 8 days. So 4 men plus 6 women can complete a work in 8 days, while 3 men and 7 women can complete a man work in 10 days. Now this is a problem where you need to find out the efficiency of how many mans are equals to how many women's. So 3 men is equals to 7 women's multiplied by 10 days. Okay, so let's solve it. So nothing is common. If something is common, we should cut it. So this is like that. 4 4s are 16 men, 4 6 are 24 women's equals to 5 3s are 15 men plus 7 5s are 35 women's. Now transposition of this number, 16m minus 15m is m, 35 minus 24 women's, so it should be 11 women's. So 1 man equals to 11 women's, you get that equation. Now in how many days 10 women completed? So 10 women's completed. So any equation whatever you like, either this or either this one, you can pick it and just convert the form of in women's and equate it equals to whatever you want. So I'm starting with this equation. 4 men, because 1 man equals to 11 women, so 4 men equals to 44 women plus 6 women into 8 days, and it should be equals to 10 women working, let's say D days. 44 plus 6 is what, 50 women into 8 days equals to 10 women into D days. It is 5 times. So what should be the value of D days? So this is going to be 8 5s are 40. So 40 days are required to complete that work. Okay. So these are the some few easy questions which we can did it. Now we will start with some moderate question, then some tougher part is also there.